Joey. We don't call him the muscle for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joey. While the regular man will only put 6 to 8, Joey puts the whole pallet. All right. This moment right here will decide Joey's future. Will he make it or will he not? If any of them fall, Joey, my God. Hey guys, we'll get back to Joey in just a moment, but right now I want to take a minute to talk about how amazing life has been ever since I met my Filipina Wila. I mean, we're building a house on the land that we purchased. We just recently tied the knot, and pretty soon here we're getting ready to start our family. Now, a lot of you may or may not know, but Wila and we met on an online dating site, and after filtering through so many people for so long, her and I finally found each other. Well, now, a lot of our American subscribers out there, you guys have also expressed that you would like to find a Filipina partner. And I believe that I have a solution for you in Christian Filipina. I know that they can help you out. Similar to the way that Wila and I met, but not exactly. And I do say similar because, yes, they are online, but I say not exactly because what Christian Filipina is not is just an ordinary dating site. Instead, Christian Filipina is a dating service. They've got a real staff. They're available to help you out 24/7 in finding your perfect match. So all you got to do is go down to the description box underneath this video, click on the link. That'll get you online at christianfilipina.com, and you can find your perfect match so you can get offline, meet in person, and start your new journey together. Now let's get back to Joey and see what happens. Oh, Joey. My God. Yep, there it is. How many did he break? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 60 pesos. Wait a minute, how many halves did we get? We get small ones. I'm taking it out. 50 pesos for being the hero. Okay, Joey, it's not over yet. How much more? Let's see what he does. I say he's gonna drop one more. Joey, bad Joey.
Good boy.
Oh yeah, oh, there's another one. There's another one. Plus the 5 back there. That's like 150 pesos, Joey. That's like 3 bottles of gin. Will he have learned his lesson? We'll find out later on Brandon and Wila. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why we are using AAC blocks on our house, because we want it to be standing. So the team just finished this wall yesterday. This wall sits on the border between our empty lot and the neighbor next door who is building their house right now. The other day, we noticed that they had an extra crew come in and start preparing for a fence along our property line. So we know that it takes a little bit of time to get everything prepared before you can actually set the whole thing up. So we decided to shift gears and come over to this side and put up our wall right now, since we already have retaining wall and columns to work with. We wanted to do that just to make sure that we were able to do everything that we needed to do with this fence. They weren't in our way and that we wouldn't be in their way, even though this was the last thing that we had planned on doing, just because now that rainy season's here, you know, we just want to utilize any daylight that we have, any sunshine to work on the house. You know, things change. And that's the one thing that's constant in life, is change. So they got that finished. They finished that yesterday. So we'll let it sit for 2 days. And then one of the guys will come over here and start doing the plastering on the neighbor side of the fence. That way we can get that waterproofed. And then he can come over to this side, which is our side of the fence, and plaster it as well. and we can worry about painting it later. In the meantime, we are wrapping up the roof on the garage with the exception of the spandrels, which will go underneath directly above the walkways. And then what we'll do is we'll have Sherwin start going into full-time welding mode with angle bar as he builds all the roof trusses. So that's going to take about 2 or 3 weeks. While he's doing that, the rest of the guys are going to be putting up the rest of the fences on the house side of the lot. Within a couple weeks, you'll see everything filled in, which normally, you'd come in and you would build your fence first. Again, as I had mentioned before in the past, we decided to just leave the columns and the retaining walls as is, just so we could do as much to beat the rainy season. Since we got some time to kill, we'll kill it by building the rest of the fence. Behind me here is the form for a new pad that we'll be pouring, and this is going to be our new water department. We had it here already, but it was sitting on top of the ground, so we want to raise this thing up to the same level as the rest of the house. So we poured the walls last week, and then we'll bring in a company to dig another well. Even though it's in the same spot, the reason why is because the original well went down too far and we've tapped into salt water. So over here, the drinking water is called sweet water. So we are going to bring in another company. They're going to go down maybe about 10 feet this time. That way we can tap into the sweet water. After they tap into that, we'll put in our pipe and then we can pour around that and have that coming through cement pad, and then we can install all of our equipment again. Because it was salt water, I'm going to assume that the inside of my tank is rusted out. My pipes are rusted out. So to fix that, we'll have to get another tank. And then instead of using the metal pipe, there are some very thick PVC pipes that are made in Korea that I can source here. And we'll put that in the ground to avoid any corrosion. That way we're not putting that on our bodies or in our bodies, especially with baby boy coming soon. And then you can probably see that pump. That's rusted out too, but the water will go through PVC pipes before it even touches that. So that'll just be used for general use. I'm standing on our street right now, and behind me you can see the lot directly across the street, and I'm going to assume that this is the lowest part of the whole development because all this water is collecting here just like a lake. What doesn't help is that behind these trees are also tilapia ponds. So you take those ponds coupled with this low ground here, coupled with rain, and it just sits here. The nice thing is that as I turn back around, you can see our empty lot behind us, and it's dry. So we got really fortunate with purchasing this lot here. Any water that we do get, it seems to settle in pretty quickly. But I've been in contact with the owner, this lake right here, and hopefully when they start to build, we can help them out and help them to avoid this in the future after their house is built. So there's Sherwin on the garage roof right now. He's doing the second to the last step. He's putting up the side panels right here, the side flashing, just to give it a finished look. You'll notice that underneath, it's still open. What's going to go here are spandrels, and what we're wanting to do is a wood grain look. But the company that we bought all this stuff from, the other parts of the roof, they said they couldn't offer that to us. So we're going to have to keep looking and shopping around until we find somebody that will provide us with that material, because that'll end up going underneath the roofing of the house as well. So we want to just have a consistent theme going on. And here on the court side of the garage, you can see my man Aladdin, who's in it for the win. He's putting on the plastering, otherwise known as palitada. And this guy is really, really good. And then I asked him, if you're so good at plastering, it means you're probably a good painter. He agreed. So we'll see how that works out. He'll get that going while the guys over here working on the fence over on the garage side to get that completed. So they're going to do that, and they're going to wrap all the way around. And when we get to the opposite back corner, that's where they're going to skip. So I'll show you this back corner here. I just showed you the area where we're going to pour the pad for our water department. We are going to leave that open for now because we're going to have a gate right here, and I'll show you what I mean. So right here, we'll leave this open between this column and this column, because in this area here, we'll have a gate that you'll walk through, and then on your left side will be an opening to walk through into the water department area, which will of course have a roof that we will somehow figure out how to attach to keep that as dry as possible. Next to that, I'd like to utilize this space here. So what we might do is build up another form to extend this cement pad. So I don't know if that's going to be maybe tool storage or something of that nature, but we'll see. We're still kicking around some ideas. So whenever they do plastering, it is a messy job. You can see all the plaster that has fallen down and landed on the lip of the retaining wall there. So as I've been watching this mess being made, it gave me an idea. The idea that it gave me is I was thinking about when we start plastering all the columns and all the roof beams in the house, and if we were to do that after we pour the cement floor where all this gravel is everywhere, we would be getting plaster all over that. So what I was thinking was, why don't, before we pour the floor, do all the plastering for the roof beams and for all the columns. That way we can make a mess all over this cracked gravel, and then when we pour the floor, we can just cover it all up, just like a crime. Nobody's got to know.
Pupunta sila ng
buscalan, Whang-od.
buscalan kay Whang-od.
You can't keep that. If you don't get tattooed, you're staying in buscalan. If you don't get a tattoo, you stay in buscalan. Until she tattoos you.
Pagpatatalo ng bati na kandyan.
There's no signal.
Toda didnat to sir, toda buscalan.
Yeah, you and Whang-od. For life.
Pag-gear sila, ready. Papunta na sila ng kalinga. Buscalan.
bro.
So what's your name? And how old are you? And how long have you been getting tattoos? 2 years? Do you have any tattoos? When are you gonna get your first one? Never? My God, I've never been tattooed by somebody that never had a tattoo. You're the first, probably the last. That's crazy. Well, thank you very much. Hey Joey, what's going on?